few people. I want you all to be as loud as you can be, so let's try that one more time. How's everyone doing today? All right, well, we'd like to begin your tour here today at the Special Effects Water Tank. Now, water tanks like these continue to play a major role in action films today. Here, the explosive, out-of-control mayhem that you've seen in films such as The Rock, Crimson Tide, and Pearl Harbor, all can be recreated here using large-scale physical as well as mechanical effects. That action is then filmed in a very carefully planned-out sequence of events. You all are in luck because today we're in production for our very own action sequence called Harbor Attack. And we'll be using some of the same special effects that directors like Michael Bay use in their films. In fact, here's Michael Bay now to set the scene for us.
In this scene, a patrol boat is on a surveillance mission. Searching the skies for enemy aircraft, the crew is caught off guard when the real danger surfaces from beneath the sea. This is going to require a full range of physical effects, split-second timing, and careful direction. We have the lights, we have the cameras, all we need now is the action.
And if anyone knows serious action, it is certainly director Michael Bay. Now today we have special effects such as water cannons. These water cannons are pressurized up to 100 pounds per square inch. We have bullet hits, which all must be carefully programmed and timed to go with the continuity of our visual and eventually the pattern of our sound effects. And last but certainly not least, we have fire, which must be ignited at a very precise moment because it takes a long time to reset the charges for those explosions. But of course, number one concern with any one of our special effects here is the safety of our actors on set, which is what brings me to you. Everyone, this is Matt. Can everyone wave and say hi, Matt? Hi, Matt. Now today, Matt, you have been cast to the role as our mechanic today, and your scene takes place down the bottom end of that PT bar right there, in a very small, dark, and cramped and smelly engine room. Well, lucky for you, I do not like filming down there, so we recreated that engine room above water, and if you go with Tom, he will get you into position. Now today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be shooting two scenes, but not in the order they appear on script. Most movies today are filmed out of sequence, which can make the job of an actor very difficult because they have to react to things that they might not have filmed yet. So it is my job as a director to help them find motivation for their scene. All right, Matt, here's the setup. That phone next to you is going to ring. As it's ringing, 800 gallons of water are going to dump out of those tanks, down that chute, and slam into you like a freight train. Are you feeling motivated to hang on? Good, because it's actually 1,000 gallons of freezing cold water, but we have found that there's a very fine line between fear and motivation. Let's go ahead and roll playback. Now remember, you've just lost your engines, and action. Go ahead, pick up that phone, talk to your captain, let him know you've lost power in the engines. And cut. Let's give Matt a big round of applause. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why we call it a physical effect. Now, Matt, you did such a great job. I've got one more thing I'd like you to do for us. I want you to stare dramatically out at your audience and act dry. Dry. Go ahead and stay right there in the engine room. That was a really good effort, but you are definitely still dripping. So now later on we'll take that scene, we'll insert it into our next scene, and we'll see how they both come together in the end. Our next scene takes place on the top of our PT boat over here. Let's go meet the rest of our brave crew now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you up top our brave Captain Tracy, her deckhand Mallory. Give them both a big welcome, please. Captain's on the ship, crew standing by.
Thank you, Tom. All right, let's go ahead and roll playback. Now remember, crew, you are on a surveillance mission. And action. Go ahead, Captain, pick up those binoculars. Start searching those skies for enemy aircrafts. Deckhand, I want to see that deck spotless. Captain, what's that? 10 o'clock. Enemy fighters overhead. Deck, you are scared. You are frightened and you are in trouble. Because that plane's coming around for another go. Captain, you need to get that boat out of there. Steer that boat. Oh no, Captain, it's too late. Go ahead, pick up that phone, call your mechanic. Let him know you've lost power in the engines. Deckhand, what do you see off coming at your boat? What is that? Oh, it's an enemy torpedo. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our crew just learned a very valuable lesson. That the hoods on the back of their jackets only work when they're on top of their heads. Now you think it's all over, and you start to relax. But is it over, folks?
No.
No, of course not. I think I hear some aerial bombers coming in. Go ahead, crew, point to the skies. Aerial bombers overhead. Bombs away, everybody. Hit the deck. Well done, crew. You survived the aerial attack, but it's still not over. We got 2 more torpedoes coming from the stern side of your boat. They miss your boat and pass underneath, and they're headed straight for your audience. Go ahead, warn your audience. Audience, look out! And let's give our crew a big round of applause. Now let's see what happens when we take those 2 scenes that we just filmed, add in some computer-generated images, some pre-recorded dialogue, and an exciting musical score. Ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you Harbor Attack. Stay right where you are. Everyone else, if you want to exit out to your left into our prop warehouse, that is where you'll meet the shuttles to take you on the second half of our backlot tour. On behalf of myself and my assistant director Tom, we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here at Disney.